Swami Vishnu-devananda talks about worry, stress, and the Five Koshas. Sivananda Yogi Camp, 1989.
He will take the phone. No, I mean, I go. And phone still ring. And at last, you decided to go. By the time the phone stopped ringing. Now, mental problem, more mental problem. Now, what's the call for? Maybe my husband is late for the dinner, or maybe you got a son or baby, not? How many? Two sons. Okay, maybe the son must have gone with a girl for a date, and he's late. Maybe he's calling or his accident. Now worrying about what they call, who the friend called, my son called, my husband called. Oh no, worry. And what happens to the muscles? The moment the phone rings, the first thing, fight or flight mechanism functions. You are either to run or to, but neither you run, nor you can run any place because you are in an apartment, nor you can fight. How can you fight? The phone call won't be there with a kick. So you are stuck again. Fight or mechanism means your body starts curing. You up, down, up, pulling down. And at last that, okay, you are worrying. And by the time the child starts crying in the next room. And okay, baby, I will come. Okay, someone will go, but no one is attending. And now you have to run to the baby. And leaving your cooking. By the time the husband comes home. Suppose one by one, at least your body can take. But sometimes it doesn't come in that order, rather. You know that? Come. First, you burn your finger, and the phone rings, and then child cries, and the husband comes home, and you greet your husband, or take care of your child, or attend the phone call, or take care of your burned finger. Which one you will do? Your body doesn't know what to do. It is completely in the turmoil. And then this way, evening comes, and now you are going to watch the television. And what do you see? Suddenly, terrorists blow up an airline, and the people are blown up in pieces. We saw that in the television. And we saw that Washington D.C., some people burning up, and you saw your congressman is blown up, like in, and the, you know, what, you know, Georgetown, boy? Georgetown, Indiana? Johnstown. And you saw, my God, children, all people are taken about 1,000 people are taking cyanide and then dying. Their children, women, they are lying there dead. And you are watching this. And you smoke. And then you watch fighting. Hitting. Good. Kill it. And you don't move. You just move. You sit there. And you watch it. Ball game. One. Come on. I'll just tell you one small story. Actually, my last story really happened to me. Several years ago, when Muhammad Ali was 3 years, was absent from the state, from the fighting because military problem or something, dodged and so forth. So he didn't fight. Then he wants to come back, and in Miami at that time he was going training, fair partners, training there. I was at the NASA. I just came to Miami for some work. I heard Muhammad Ali is having the training. I want to see what kind of training people are going. I went into it. You have to pay a couple of dollars, just see how the training going on. And to cut short the story, I watched it. And Muhammad Ali was young, 18, 19 years old. So now he's 25 or 28. It's not as agile and moving. Which I also know when I was in, I can do many things, but I can't do. So anyhow, I watched him. His pair partners there, and he takes lots of punches. He's very strong. And yet he's leaning occasionally on the rope. What is the purpose of leaning on the rope? He's resting. His breathing is very shallow, and he's not able to get sufficient oxygen. And few times, powerful punch they give, and it takes tremendous of energy from us. And after the fighting, I gave my CA complete book of yoga to him and autographed it. And I told him, your breathing is very shallow. You won't be able to long fight if you don't change your breathing pattern. I advise you. And I gave the book and show you how to breathe. Increase your breathing capacity if you want to survive. So I just friendly way told him. And then I came back to Nassau, and then I was in California. At that time, real fight start button, they got a huge screen, indoor screen where you can watch the prize fighting somewhere, I don't know where that time with Joe Paper, I think he was Joe Paper, Fraser. Is that Joe Paper? Yeah. Yeah. And so the indoor, there's a huge screen, and they're projecting this prize fight. So some people said, "Man, you would like to go? Muhammad Ali is going to have the real fighting today." I said, "I want to see how he's breathing." I saw that before he was breathing, so I must go and see. So I went there in the big, the hall was packed, and in the big screen I watched live. Muhammad Ali over the heat each other, and Muhammad Ali the joke rate, the blood is coming, and the joke rate, Muhammad Ali the face became fluffy, etc. And so many hits, so many times. Of course, at last he won the fight. But I thought each time they hit each other as if I was the victim of the hit. It went on an hour also, hitting each other. And the fighting is over, and Muhammad Ali got a treat. He won the fight, and the hall was like him, everyone was walking out. It made 2 or 3 students. I just stood in the same chair, in my seat. I could not move. I could not move at all for 15-20 minutes. And after I could not move, my stomach was churning with acid. I never felt this acid in my life like that. It's burning, my stomach is burning, my leg is aching, my body is paralyzed, literally paralyzed. I was sitting there like a zombie. And everyone was, except 2-3 students, they're still waiting for me to come out. They thought I'm meditating. I'm not meditating. I'm paralyzed, literally. I couldn't get up and walk properly. My stomach is churning me. At that time, my body in a very strong, healthy state, not like this, limping. For 15-20 minutes, I could not move. And then I had to drink about 2-3 glasses of milk to dilute the acid in my stomach. And it took at least 2-3 hours before I could even relax and sleep. Just one small incident sufficient for you to understand. You are doing this every night. You are watching television, prize fighting. You think it's a prize fighting is a relaxation, and you watch a ball game. You watch various other games. But is it actually game, or is it actually you are working with your fight or fight mechanism, and you are not moving anywhere except sitting and watching, and how much you are destroying your body, your mental level. The recreation is not for your mind. There's no recreation in the fight. You are actually activating a fight or fight mechanism in the mental level. So, your daily activities of all the phone calls and so many phone calls and good calls and bad calls, and at last husband comes and the son did not come until 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and you're worrying, what happened. At last car comes speech, and suddenly you find a big dent in the car, and the father is angry because the son damaged the car, and after drinking beer and smoking more, and then you go to bed. Next morning you get up, and what the first thing you do? You got aches and pains. You drink more coffee, more cigarettes, and the more time period you wake up with taking pills, and then this type of life is going on for you in mental level. 365 days rather, is it any time? How many times you have suffered for your daughter? Daughter did not come right time, etc. Is it not? Mental level. It affects the body. Your body cannot just, no physical body can take that type of punishment. Day and night. Because ordinary people don't have time to meditate. Early morning, night, and they make it calm. That's a mental level. That's what chanting. Om. And you Shanti Mantra. Shanti Mantra is chanting is Om Sannomi Tasam Bhajnaha means, oh, let the sun god or Arima or various type of celestial beings, let them be calm. Or the Vayu, the wind should be calm, because that affects, if the stormy day, it affects me. And then, too much sun, so sun should be calm. And so we have even using the mantra to calm the universe. Your mind is only part of the universe spirit. So this is what chant is purpose. It's not just merely a superstitious thing. So yogis, they morning, so they do mind they need calm by chanting or speaking mantra or meditating or doing puja or worship, offering flowers and pouring water with mantras, praying Bhajna, they offer water. They know how to keep the mind diffuse this fight or flight mechanism. And then, vital level, the energy level, they do pranayama. They diffuse the energy which has been agitated by the mental state, agitation, which is due to emotional things, and also the food, wrong type of food in there, anger, various type of things, and the energy becomes unable to flow properly. So they do pranayama, Gayatri. Ancient days they got Sandhyavandana and Gayatri is common, even children actually do Sandhyavandana, Gayatri, Om, Bhurgo, Sattu, remember, Gayatri, hold for Gayatri, Om, Bhurgo, Sattu, remember, and they kill two Gayatri, then again inhale one Gayatri, or inhale Om Namah Shivaya and retain with 30 to 10 Om Namah Shivaya, 50 times. They practice this Sandhyavandana morning and evening, every children. But now the priest doesn't know. In fact, even if we practice, some Brahmin boys do practice Sandhyavandana, and what they do is the priest doesn't know how to teach pranayama. So I can literally say boom, 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 touch the nostrils and fill some water, and then that's not Sandhyavandana. Because mere touching the nostrils is pranayama. They know how to balance the brain, the right brain, left hemisphere, right hemisphere, by alternate breathing with the Gayatri mantra. But no one does that. If I talk someone does only a ritual, we are touching the nostrils and fill some water and get out. So what's the level? They control through Gayatri or through mantra and pranayama. And in the food level, that fight or flight mechanism, just like you heard the phone call, you did not go, and you did not give an order for the body to relax. You give order to walk, then you stop going. But there is no other counter suggestion by your own command, oh muscles you can relax. And maybe relaxation won't come if you just merely say, oh relax. Relaxation comes only when you know what tension is. So you tense the muscles to asana and then you relax. That's asana. Asana means posture is you move, forward bending, relax. Move, contract, flexion muscles, then extension muscles, relax. So the energy which is built in the muscles, which you could not diffuse because you can't run anyway from your apartment, or even if you can only run only from their bedroom to your refrigerator, and back to refrigerator, back to bedroom. And there's not much energy long. But in yoga, exercise, asanas, you don't need to run outside. Very small area you can provide, as you know that you don't need 7 by 3, and you can diffuse that fight of it, the energy. So in the foot anamaya level, foot sheet level, you do asana, and of course, along with the asana means not only relaxation also. Every exercise is followed by relaxation. So you relax, You contract, you relax, you contract, you relax. But if you go in the gym, what do? You lift some weight, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 sit yourself, and then just smoke three packets of cigarette, and then have a hot dog and hamburger and coffee, and then you think you've done a very good job. That only agitates your system. Yoga is not that. During that asana period, you are not only diffusing the muscle tension, there's also period of rest and breathing. In between, you inhale oxygen more than the energy you spend. In ordinary exercise, you spend more oxygen and more carbon dioxide you create. And your body is changed into more base, acid base. The little alkaline state is gone. As you start moving your muscles, lactic acid forms. And this lactic acid creates fatigue. Your muscles cannot function anymore. And fatigue sets in. So this means how much you try until the lactic acid is neutralized through oxidation. That means by deep breathing. And then you further you can make your muscle move. This is natural precaution. It's very essential. Otherwise, you will go on tear your muscle fibers. So when it reaches a certain state, your muscles cannot anymore, lactic acid stops any further contraction of the muscle fibers. But in ordinary exercise, you try to increase this by increasing oxygen intake. But this is how much you take oxygen, there's a time comes even the most powerful athletes, they collapse. So they have to rest. But in yoga, we now try to create this lactic acid as a condition. Each exercise you do very slowly, rhythmically, and then in between you relax and breathe deep. Even little bit lactic acid you create, you diffuse by deep breathing. As you know, each exercise followed by 6 or 7, 8 times deep breathing. And then rest period. So we never try to create the lactic acid and make the muscles to get fatigued. And also, you don't overwork your heart. That any exercise doesn't matter how you overwork the heart. You are not exercising the heart, you are overworking the heart. Heart needs exercise. This type of any exercise will help heart to pump more blood. Because at that time, body needs blood, so oxygen. But you don't, instead of exercising your heart, you drink coffee. That exerts the heart. The heart muscle pump faster and faster and faster. Because caffeine has got enough caffeine to make a dying heart to move a couple of times. A horse who is working whole day and then just resting now and can't even move and no food, no water, and you want to make the horse to just get up and so you get up, the horse won't, so you take a big stick and a couple of beatings. And you just get up and a couple of times you jump and then you collapse. That's what you do with your heart. That coffee, that tea, both contain hot stimulant. The most powerful hot stimulant known to man is coffee. It's your daily diet. So you drink the caffeine and pump the whole body with caffeine, and the heart will start pumping early morning. And then cigarette, the nicotine, again that activates the heartbeat. And then you drink alcohol. Not morning, but sometime. And the alcohol expands the arteries, and the nicotine contracts the arteries. So your arteries and heart goes wild. Caffeine plus sleeping pills. You had not last night, still the body is unable to, so you are drowsy and you have to get up. So you take more coffee, more cigarettes, and you take tranquilizers, or then you take wake up pills because you want to just get up and catch you. So you wake up, and then sleep tranquilizers because you have to drive the car to the highway for rush hour time. Rush hour time, have you driven? How is rush hour time? Radha, rush hour time in Chicago? How was rush hour time? Pardon? Rough, that's all? You don't drive, but you drive others crazy. Well, you sat someone drives for you. But Okay. Rush hour time, how it is? No one rushes. I don't know why they call it rush hour. Rush hour, everyone sits there and more figures, and the carbon monoxide coming from the front car, from the series of car there, and car from the right, car from the left, car from the back, and carbon monoxide is built than carbon dioxide. It diffuses in the blood directly, is more than oxygen. And carbon monoxide, carbon monoxide coming from all the cars, and you're inhaling the dirty air, and then you are further smoking the cigarette directly with carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and you are agitated because you are weak there. The boss is going to get late, the boss is going to be angry, and you drive, but no one can go. You want to catch the airplane, as I said, and went to the airport, and the car cannot move anywhere. Maybe you thought, maybe I'll walk the airport, but you are right somehow. This type of time, your system is completely paralyzed, even physical level. So it starts mental level, and also you go for physical level. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, because breathing is wrong air, polluted air, and thinking, and you turn the news on, the radio, and suddenly you hear the news that terrorists are blowing up somewhere, and you get all the things, and then suddenly you go, I am tired, I want some music. So you turn the music, and music is what type of music? Cha cha cha, ba ba, ramba, 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 hello, 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 yes. And rock and roll music, and I only put the rock and roll music because when I drive from those days, I used to drive thousands of miles from California to New York all the way alone, all alone. Because I got no driver except myself, and I fall asleep after driving 5 hours, 6 hours. So I just turn the radio, so I get some rock and roll music, not because I like it. It agitates me and I won't fall asleep. Because it's so horrible that music, It keeps me. And you turn that music, so your mind is agitated further with the thought pollution. And I love you, honey, constantly hear the word, that mantra you hear. I love you, honey, I love you, honey, you got a cute nose, you got a cute hair, and you are the beautiful, and without you I can't live. All those, composers, all the hippies, they compose this type of lower, not like Tyagaraja Bhagavata or Meera Bhai Bhajan. You don't hear that type of music. Where Meera constantly lived in Lord Krishna's image, and she forgot her body. At that time, she composed many bhajans, Meera Bhajan, well known. The great Tyagaraja Bhagavata, he's a mystic. He lived in Rama's consciousness, and during that vision of God, Rama, he merged with the sound of Rama. At that time, music came. And it's very difficult when ordinary people cannot even sing that type of music. So Indian classical music are not rajasic or tamasic like Chacha, Ramba, Ramba, I love you, Vani. They're only trying to bring your higher energy level up. But you don't see, you hear the. So every level, thought level, your sound level, your physical level, and smoking level, breathing level, most importantly, everything is pollution. And then you reach your office, and then as soon as you arrive there, boss, why was late? So boss, what can I do? I was late because of the traffic conditions. And then after a couple of look at all the correspondence piled up in your, and you watch very hot, and as it's pouring, and then you try to drink a coffee break, and more coffee and hot dogs and hamburgers to follow, and then come back again and work by the time midday, and you got lunch and hot dogs and hamburgers and fast lunch. You just rush the fast lunch store that they gave you. Here's the hamburger, the Big Mac, and bite and big cola, more coffee, more cola, more bite, and rush back again, start working, and then again back to your rush hour time, back to your home. Sit again, start smoking and inhaling carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and you come back to your house and you sit there. Now turn the television on, let me relax. And you eat cigarette, and it's again fighting, killing, and the looting, and the bad news, you sleep, and then you go back to your dinner table, and then all the steak and so forth, and you consume that, and more Coca-Cola, more coffee, more egg, more bacon, and then you gain recreation. You go for a social evening, and more get drunk, more social evening on barbecue. You kill the animal, you roast the animal, barbecue and so forth, and then again you cha 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 ba you dance a little bit, and then come back home 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. semi-conscious, unconscious, and you lie down in your bed and morning, I can't get up. I'm not going to work today. Call the boss and sick. So I called the boss. My husband is sick, can't come. He can't even get up. It's so bad. He had headache and hangover. So then next morning, he did again after a few hours of sleep and more drink and more. And now he has got more time. He does not wake to office and he can eat drunk. And next day again he says, I can't go to work. Can't he call the office and sick, very sick. See again, my husband can't come today. And boss getting angry. At last, every day he starts like, I'm sick, I'm sick, I can't go to work. Then one day, she said, this can't go. She has to work to support the family, and the husband is not working, he's busy, he's lying all the time, and he's sick. So he called the doctor, psychiatrist, will you please do something to my husband? He's always say he's sick, he's got some mental problem. So bring to my office. Oh, he won't come. He's just lying there. He's sick. So you come here, I'll give you some literature and or a positive thinking. Teach him this. Make him to understand that. For a positive thing, I am strong, I am healthy, I am strong, I am healthy, and you know that he'll come back in time and I'm healthy, I can make more money, I can dance, I can do. So she got all the books and all the new techniques by the psychiatrist. And told, honey, you are not sick, you are healthy. You are healthy. Tell that, yes, I am healthy, I am healthy. And now you just tell, I can work, yes, I can work, I can work. And I can do this, I can do that, yes, I can do it. You repeat the thing. And again, the same situation. At last, after 15 days, he called doctor. It doesn't work. Why? Before he was saying he was sick. Since I started your treatment, he thinks he's dead. He's saying, I'm dead now. So bring him to my office. Somehow she dragged him. Come on, honey, you must go to the doctor and see your problem. At last, he went psychiatric house and did the okay, doctor, what do you want? And doctor said, okay, tell all your problems. I am dead. I am dead. You are not dead. Yes, I am dead, definitely. The doctor took a small needle and pinned the finger. You see? Asked the question before that. Do you think dead people bleed? No, dead people don't bleed, doctor. So, doctor, you see? The blood is coming out. You are not dead. Pretty good for them. Doctor, now I know. Dead people do bleed. So positive won't work. That type of psychiatrist they call this. Because you don't have the strength. In every level you destroy. Physical level, emotional level, vital level, and then spiritual level, more intellectual than you don't know. Philosophy, who am I, where do you come from, you've got no idea. In that state, how long your body can take. They said, start the emotional level, then correct in the chronic level, all levels must come. It's called holistic approach, not partial approach. Mere asana is not sufficient, or some exercise is not sufficient. You must learn how to breathe. That's not sufficient. Breathing should be attached not just for oxygen take, chronic level. So you must know the mantra. The mantra will just increase the chronic level, and eventually you go to mind, the chanting comes up, and you do worship, upasana, worship of the Lord. Early morning they offer flowers and fruit, or puja they perform. Mental emotion, no more attachment. Slowly, they will be detached. Emotion is changed into devotion. Attachment, no more sticky. It is very. Say in India we got jackfruit. Jackfruit when you touch it, full of. They're all sticky stuff. And so what they do not to get the hand stuck with the sticky jackfruit gum. We put some oil. when you put oil, that gum won't affect the hands. So it becomes no more sticky. Same thing. If we don't worship God, if we don't pray God, truly, they're called Sabbath. In every religion, a time is left for time. And yogi is not just only on Sunday or Sabbath day, and it is every morning and every evening. You continue to train the mind in the right direction from childhood onwards. Now, how can you get sick? When you practice pranayama, Gayatri, when you practice, as you saw Swami Yatmal, can the 83-year-old man, he is a doctor, eye surgeon. He was performing 83-year-old, still he is able to stick that knife very gently on the eyes to remove the cataract. If he just plunge the knife a little bit deeper, I watched several times, the eyesight will go down. And if it's not push the sufficient, you won't be able to get the cataract out. So it should be so perfect in plunging the knife into the eye. At 83 years, man, he can still perform that operation. That's what he's just practicing yoga and meditation, though he was householder, he is surgeon, but he practiced master's teaching and practiced all the time. 83 years old, he's still healthy and hearty, and still working for the good of humanity. But I'm at 60, I'm just almost crippled now. I talk about prana, but I'm not practicing. So my advice is start all the in the blissful state through meditation. Aham Brahmasmi. So meditation, you control the final state, you close the soul, and the next is introduce it to philosophy. Who am I? Do not identify with the body. Do not use intellect for making money or how to invest money, but also to find who you are. Read books like Vedanta, Vishnu-devananda, where Shankaracharya is giving the fault of this universe. You need constant reminder, otherwise you think it will be clear. The vairagya, dispassion will come, merely stay with your family, with children, with money. Your vairagya will dissipate. Yet your body is growing old, you don't see that. So read books written by great sages like Swami Sivananda and other great sages, including Shankaracharya, Vishnu-devananda. So this way you keep intellectual condition, and then mental level through chantings and mantras, and vital level to pranayama and Gayatri or other mantras, and physical level to asana and practicing right exercise, proper exercise. Then you will be able to find the holistic approach. You are right, you are strong, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You got holistic life. So yoga teaches the holistic life. Like a proper exercise, asana, physical level, proper breathing, and vital level, proper positive thinking. Right food, positive, right food, vegetarian, because that won't affect it. Wrong food will agitate your mind. If you have taken alcohol, it will affect your mind. If you take drugs, it will affect your mind. If you take coffee and tea, it will affect your mind. So proper vegetarian diet, especially meat, will make your mind like crazy. So the mental level, by right food, vegetarian, and then positive thinking, and of course upasana and worship etc. Then intellectual positive thinking, who am I, where do I come from, where do I go, what's my purpose in life, and I see my neighbor is having cancer, my other neighbor is having AIDS, Rock Hudson had AIDS, Liberace with $60 million, and he also died with AIDS, and no one will go near him. Liberace, the great piano player. So, and Marilyn Monroe, you can see what happened to him. Her beautiful body, no one even see it after autopsy. So horrible. So you start asking why that is passion. Oh my God, this life is miserable. I must get out from this body cage. I won't want to come back in the body cage. So who am I? What purpose my life? Where do I go from? The hell and heaven exists. It's not really life here, 100 years of your lifespan here. That's the only thing. Then I'll be very happy. After 100 years, I can just go permanently and then live next to God. But how many more lives I have to come back and break my head with you all, work with you all, say more yoga, come and yoga, find money, etc. How many more bad karma I am doing now? How many more bad karma you are doing? Your wife runs away and children are some of our staff who ran away and changed their, they want to get married and so forth. They move, Swami, I'm not fit for Swami, I want to get married. Okay, now I'll be all right. And now he cried. I do not say the person's name. He cried every day, and he's got two beautiful children. And she just young girl, and she went to Vancouver with another man and children. And she's crying. What can I do? My life is no meaning to me. It's not the 100th of cases people that I'm out married counsel. Sometimes I have to give advice married people. And the same situation. What can I advise? I said I told him you need. I can't help you. Take Durga Mother, Om Shri Durga, and repeat Mother and pray to Mother with your heart. And she'll remove this illusion, and you and your wife will see unity, the true unity. Otherwise, the lower Maya, lower mind will affect you, attachment will come, and the attachment will not bring you happiness, more pain. And so please follow Mother's speech, Durga's Mother. Repeat this mantra, and morning and evening, wash your body, and do not think only making money and just you forgot he's not no more asana, no pranayama, all the things he forgotten now. Now he's crying. He's still here. What kind of condition you are getting? Only when you get big you come. You can't do anything. So it's a very big. Use your mind. Pray to Mother. Durga, I fall at your feet, Mother. Cosmic Mother. Do not delude us. Give my freedom. And you are Maya delude. And my wife is manifestation of you. I'm attached to her. I'm attached to my children. And she's now gone to some other person attached. And it is your Maya again, create this illusion. So please remove this illusion. Let us devote in worshipping you, in serving you as the beautiful song. What they Mary, my heart is, what's it? My heart is on fire. Okay, someone please sing that. Who can sing that? Okay, listen, come on, see. I love that song. That shows person's suffering. And with that, I conclude. I'll continue the subject tomorrow. Just see, let us pray. Mary, Durga, all one and the same. Just the divine mother's nature. And here the devotee is praying. My heart is on fire, suffering. But I only want to serve you. And what the words? What are the words first? I want to, Blessed Mother. My heart is on fire with all its emotions.
To love and
and only my love and
to love and to serve you
is only
my only desire.
Only desire. That is called true devotion. If you have that devotion, you will not get attached to it. Why you become divine like Mary or Durga? So it doesn't matter which. The power of the Durga comes from the Mary or your mother or your wife. They can delude you or they can give you freedom. And you'll be happy with them or they make you like most miserable in ever you can think of. So Mother's grace is not there. If you don't serve her, you don't really worship her, you will suffer terribly. At that time, you cry. And by that time, it's too late. So start praying from your heart. Now sing that song.
Most blessed Mother, my heart is on fire to love and to serve thee is my only desire. Ave, Ave, Ave Maria. Ave,
the true devotion. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha, Om Shri Durgaye Namaha, everyone, Om Shri Durgaye Namaha, 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 Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha, Om I'm Saraswate Namaha, Om Aim Saraswate Namaha, Om Aim Saraswate Namaha, Om Aim Saraswate Namaha, Om Aim Saraswate Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Prembhagmayami Hetu and Vishnu-devananda Urvadumevandanath Vishnu-devananda. Om Prembhagmayami Hetu and Vishnu-devananda Urvadumevandanath Vishnu-devananda. Om Prembhagmayami Hetu and Vishnu-devananda Urvadumevandanath Vishnu-devananda. Om Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Sarve Bhavatu Sukhina, Sarve Sandhu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Pashyantu Prabhat Bhave, Asadoma Satyamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Shiroma Amritamaya, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaha Purnam Gacchate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace. Now don't repeat the prayer with your mouth. From your heart you repeat all the essences in this prayer, universal prayer by Gurudev Shivananda. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations and to thee. Thou art omnipresent. Louder.
Thou existence, knowledge, and bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equilibrium, balance, mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us in the spiritual strength to resist temptation, to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, anger, greed, hatred, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold thee in all his names and forms. Let us serve thee in all his names and forms. Let us ever remember thee. Let us ever sing thy words. Let thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in thee forever and ever.
In French.